I think it's worth pointing out how concerning it is that the current administration seems to be in complete denial about the state of the United States economy. We just got some more breaking news that the Labor Department and the Trump admin is not going to release jobs reports for the month of October. Not only has the government shutdown made it so businesses and the Fed and key sectors of the economy are flying blind, but the admin itself has refused to release key wage numbers, job growth numbers, unemployment numbers. 3 months ago, Donald Trump even fired the commissioner for the Bureau of Labor Statistics after he got an unfavorable report, and then the next month the report was even more unfavorable. We are quite literally flying blind in this economy, and the current president is in denial. At the same time, there do seem to be some slight concessions that affordability is a problem. Donald Trump is completely enamored by the word affordability without really knowing what it means. After Zohran Mamdani won on November 4th, Donald Trump tweeted the word affordability about 6 times the next day, saying it's the new word. It's the new word everyone's talking about. 2 weeks later, Donald Trump reversed course on some of his key tariff policies on certain specific foods. It's in a concession. It's not just an implicit concession. I would say that is an explicit concession that tariffs raise prices on consumer goods and hurt the average American. The current administration's economic policies are disastrous, and that's what I want to cover in this video. Double check to make sure you're subscribed to the Adam Mockler feed so we can continue to beat MAGA media. Let's just start off with Taco Trump. Quite literally, Taco Trump. Trump cuts tariffs on beef, coffee, and other foods as inflation concerns mount. On Friday, he rolled back tariffs on more than 200 food products. It turns out, when you just recklessly tariff every single country except for Russia and North Korea, with no discretion based on industry or based on pre-existing trade barriers, it turns out that hurts the economy long term. A lot of people don't remember, but Trump's tariffs only went into effect around August. He played this game where he makes these announcements about tariffs and then he delays them 90 days. And then he delays it 90 days again. So people think the tariffs are in effect, but he's playing these odd games. Now, less than 3 or 4 months into the tariffs being into effect, he has to stop the release of economic data. He has to quite literally reverse course on his tariffs. And again, we learned the Labor Department confirmed the cancellation of an October jobs report. It is simply not going to happen. Here's Donald Trump on Fox News conceding that prices are kind of getting high, but he's so stubborn and narcissistic about it.
I think we are doing phenomenally well. This is the greatest economy we've ever had.
No.
Their talking points, costs are high, costs are high. By the way, the only thing is beef.
Coffee
is a little high because the ranchers are doing great. Coffee, we're going to lower some tariffs. We're going to have some coffee come in. We're going to take care of all this stuff very quickly, very easily. It's surgical. It's beautiful to watch.
Wow, amazing work. You reversed course on your own dumb policies, and now you want praise. Fox News also pointed out, Laura Ingraham in the interview said coffee too. It's funny how Donald Trump goes from gaslighting and saying it's a talking point that prices are up. It's not just a talking point. People feel that. Then he concedes that beef prices are up. Then he concedes that coffee prices are up. Then they lowered tariffs on 200 products, and Fox News is showing this.
Prices are up in the United States for coffee. It's up almost 20%. Utility up 11.7%. And then electricity is up 5.1%. And vehicle repair, if you need your car fixed, it's up 11.5%.
That is up a lot. You also see MAGA accounts then celebrating as if this is some huge achievement. Nick Sortor said, breaking, President Trump has just signed an executive order eliminating tariffs on beef, coffee, and tropical fruits. This is an effort to bring down food prices as America's voice concerns about affordability. Keep focusing on affordability, 47. Dude, he's eliminating his own tariffs. He is reversing his own policy. This is not a win. This makes him look like an idiot. He is literally suppressing the real numbers while then going on stage today and throwing out fake polling numbers that are so insane. Just listen to this.
I'll never forget, I met with pollsters the day before I got the news about COVID, but I met with 2 pollsters because we were starting to think about the next election. They said, sir, if George Washington and Abraham Lincoln came back from the dead and they aligned and they went for the president, vice president as a combination, you'd be beating them by 25 points.
He said if George Washington and Abraham Lincoln came back from the dead and they were president and vice president, he'd still beat them. There is no poll that shows this. In fact, Republicans just got smacked by like 15 points in some states 2 weeks ago. I just want to talk about the economy and wrap this up because, number one, inflation is still deeply embedded within the economy. During Biden's term, there was a massive spike in inflation, and it came down near the end. Donald Trump's tariffs have re-spiked inflation, and inflation is so deeply embedded within the economy that American consumers are wondering why prices aren't down like Donald Trump claimed during his campaign. He even implied the other day that prices might be down to the same levels they were during his first term. In what reality? He keeps digging himself in a deeper hole with these crazy promises. There is also a massive housing affordability crisis due to lack of supply, due to certain zoning laws, but all generations are struggling with housing. As the generations get younger, like my generation is uniquely going to struggle. The generation above me is struggling. Housing is getting more and more expensive and less affordable. And Donald Trump's policies are making that worse. Oh, why don't we just tariff Canadian lumber to make housing more cheap? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. At the same time, we see certain tech sectors kind of popping. AI, which I think the Democrats need to have some sort of control over in the economy. I think if we don't have ground on AI and we cede that to Republicans, they're going to use it to make the rich more rich. They're going to use it for nefarious purposes. Democrats need to have some sort of affirmative platform on AI. That is very, very important. But right now, the bubble is popping and we're seeing massive layoffs. We're seeing the stock market in AI sectors dropping. We're seeing tech companies, even not related to AI, like Verizon right here. Verizon just laid off 15,000 workers, which is its largest cut ever. Unemployment is rising among young Americans, which is an early indicator of a weakening job market. Unemployment is spiking among Black Americans as well. That is also an indicator of a weakening job market. During the 2008 recession, young people, minorities, certain people got hit harder first, and then it exploded. And I'm not trying to fearmonger here or say that that's where we're going. I really don't know if we're going into a recession. I don't think you can strongly claim that. People claim that for the past 3 or 4 years until we stuck the soft landing and were able to steer the ship. But with Donald Trump's economic policy, it's a little bit different. It feels like an unforced error, right? Like we're shooting ourselves in the foot with economic policies that are insane rather than keeping a steady hand. We also see a historic amount of hedge funds and institutional investors selling money in equities, kind of anticipating some sort of drop in the market or drop in the production of the economy. So with all of this combined with tariffs, amplifying the market fragility that was already there, it is not painting a good picture. We're going to continue to cover this every single day. All you have to do is drop a like, subscribe. Donald Trump's traitorous ass isn't even comparable to George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. I can't even believe he said that. We're going to continue to cover this. I love you all, and peace out.